Yeah, for right now. Oh, also, I started again.
Oh, I need another ash log.
Yeah, right now we can just
Grab
basic
our,
survival
yeah,
stuff.
fucking, I got the crafting bench here. Do we want to just start building right here?
Um, nah, we can move somewhere else.
My, my middle mouse button is kind of dying.
Oh, I remapped that.
I'll just have to order another razor. It's the only one I like.
I just want a Naga, man. I miss having my MMO mouse.
I mean, you can still get Nagas.
Yeah, but I just have like the Death Adder, and they're also like most of the ones that I keep seeing are wireless.
Oh, that's fine.
I just don't like wireless mouses.
I mean, they pretty much all come with the cord to plug them in, so.
I have to look at it.
Oh, what do we got? We got some lore.
The deepest lure.
Oh, I see you. You ran off somewhere.
And collected some stuff.
Wow, we actually have pond fairies. That's kind of funny.
Oh, a lot of good stuff
Sure.
off in this game. It's just a good game in itself. It's very, what's it called? It's very much like,
You said Valheim in your
yeah,
message.
Valheim.
I still think it's cool to just see the natural progression that was, you know, RuneScape back in '05 to this, you know.
Yeah, I never thought Jagex would ever make another game, and then
I
here
mean,
this is.
I don't even know if I guess you can call it another game, but like it's still the same universe.
Well, yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people want is in-universe lore building. The same thing with like League, and how they were doing like Legends of the Rift and stuff like that with all those animations and stories.
Unfortunately for them, though, that's all
Unfortunately,
died.
yeah, they fucking shut down Riot Anvil or Riot Forge, whatever it was.
Well, from
Which
what I
is
understand, though, like that wasn't doing well, anyways.
it's because they never advertised. I think the first game they advertised was the Viego game, the Rune King, and then never again did we hear another thing about another game
I
until it
think the
was like
Pike one they did
Mage
a little bit.
Seekers.
Yeah, like I think they did for the Pike game, but I mean, unfortunately, we're also at the point where like people are. I think Riot has kind of just killed their brand a bit.
Oh yeah, they've
So,
sacrificed so much things for. They've sacrificed so much of the world and the community that helped them get there
mhm.
that it just doesn't. It's not even like. It's not fair to most people who stuck with the game for so long.
You know, we've been in there for what, 15 years now?
I was there from
More?
day one, stay one.
Like,
This goblin.
it's this bad boy, Rune Essence. Coming in for the kill
You
steal.
beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, I can
But,
make a spinning wheel.
hey, we should
Yeah,
probably
and I mean,
find a base.
yeah, we should make one up. Potato.
Potato.
I don't know. We want to just take over this village.
Oh, why not?
Oh, I'm out of energy.
Really European ancestors.
What is in the chest? Rune essence, fangs.
My phone fell. Broke open. Oh no. Let's see. You know, all those flakes. Speaking of companies that fucking fell out of the good graces of the community, how about Bungie?
Bungie.
Bungie!
Wow, nice segue.
Thanks, I worked on it and I got better on one.
Yeah, I mean I think that would be the first place to start if we want to talk about Marathon, because like that's obviously the big thing. I'm gonna die. That's the big problem.
It's Bungie being Bungie.
Oh, dude, we died. Mutually assured destruction there. Yeah, I mean, it's nobody trusts Bungie anymore. So why are we gonna trust them to put out a premium game with battle passes, DLC, and just general cosmetics?
I mean, considering that what they were doing with Destiny near the end of its life, the fucking last DLC of the game. Oh, it's the last DLC ever. It's a 2-part DLC that you have to buy.
Which, I mean, I guess what I kind of heard is people enjoyed it, but like still. And how do we know they're not gonna pull the same shenanigans where they're gonna take items and stuff out of the game that you can't get anymore?
Yeah, that's the thing. Bungie has a problem with vaulting content from people and locking it out, which was my huge problem with Destiny.
Which I guess, at least to say devil's advocate, I'm pretty sure that's after Sony bought them, and that's Sony being Sony, but it's still the matter of fact that it happened.
Like, I paid for all of Witch Queen, and then all of Witch Queen is vaulted. I paid for Lightborn, Nightborn, whatever. And it's like, well, that fucking sucks. Well, the rotating, like, oh, it'll come back is a bullshit. It's like, no, like, you just fucking let me play it. It doesn't need to go and come back. I believe Activision was the one running fucking Bungie servers. Which, if it's the fucking question of server space or anything like that, or server load, Activision also runs the damn fucking servers for World of Warcraft. So it's not even a question of like load or fucking anything like that. It's just, it's scummy, because like I hate when people when you pay for something and then they take it away.
You make a crafting bench? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's right over there.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Like, it's just not fair. Shouldn't be doling out like $40-50 for DLC that, hey, you may not be able to play this again. But that is the thing with live service games. If that game goes down, or those servers go down, then so does the game. Which, I mean, that sucks in itself.
Yeah.
But
I need some stone. I need some stone. It's all cabbage. I need stone.
it's all cabbage. And like, besides Destiny, because that's really the only game that they've really produced in like the last 10 years, right? I don't know.
Well, I mean, did they have any hand in any of the Halo stuff that's come out recently? Or?
Absolutely not. No. Their involvement with Halo was over at Reach, which was the worst Halo game. But we'll get onto that topic later.
I do agree.
Thank you.
Probably for different reasons, but
Well, I mean, we got time now. I don't really give a shit about timing or anything like that. Fucking Reach ruined Halo. For the sheer fact that, like, Halo was kind of really based on your skill with the gun, not having any bullshit, like, shenanigans to get you out of a situation like in Call of Duty or something like that. But, like, it is all gunplay. That's all Halo was. There was no fucking, like, tacticals. There was sort of tacticals in 3, but it was like a landmine and a grab jump. It was more or less based off your skill with using the weapons. And then they added fucking armor lock, sprinting, a jetpack. What was the other one that was with Reach?
I don't know. I always had a problem with Reach because I was always stuck into playing the creative mode, and that just got really boring really quick.
You see, I live for the days that we can get Halo 3's multiplayer back.
But I was never a big Halo person, so Halo guy.
I liked Halo. I mean, I believe if I would go back and play Halo 1 and 2 again, I don't know if they'd hold up. I know in my heart of hearts Halo 3 holds up.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, that was just fucking good old time.
Yeah.
But
Where did my chicken go? Oh, it's over there.
is this a ghost dude? Ooh.
Okay. I need to make weapons.
Oh, they have restless spirits here. Does that mean they're gonna have Eek? You remember Eek from the Halloween event back in like 2011 in RuneScape?
Ooh, don't know.
He was just a little spider companion you kept on you, and you could pull him out and he'd talk to you.
That's very, very on par.
He was very cute, and I've never seen that event ever ran again. But then again, I don't play RuneScape that often anymore. Stone. I like to pop in every now and then for like...
Yeah, I mean, I've always enjoyed it.
Yeah, RuneScape's a good game. I don't think it's controversial to say that RuneScape is probably one of the most consistently good games because their updates, and every update is free, by the way, in RuneScape.
Well, except for the, when you got your paid premium stuff, but
Oh,
like,
yeah,
that's
but-
that's to be expected.
That's to be expected. I mean, you're
A
paying
free to
for...
play MMO.
You gotta pay for something. Sorry, the baby boy's being really annoying today.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, well.
So to go back then to Marathon.
Mm-hmm.
One of my big what I think the game actually was supposed to be was I think it was supposed to be a battle royale.
Yeah.
To me, it looks like it was meant to be a battle royale, but somebody went and realized that they're dying out, and it really looks to me like they shifted from battle royale to just extraction.
Yeah. I can see that. I don't know, was the something about the gameplay was just like everything was really plastic feeling.
To me, it really looks like it was like in the trailers. It looks like it was trying to be a.
Are you talking about it's not the in thing anymore?
Yeah, it's I think that the battle royale phase has kind of waned,
Mm-hmm.
and now somebody might have realized that and decided that maybe they should shift into this because I mean Tarkov is still pretty.
It's still pretty popular. And with
Excuse me, it's very popular. It's obviously the best one.
debatable, but it also has spawned a lot of things like Marauders and Dark and Darker. So it's a game mode that's like getting more traction, or gaining traction.
Mm-hmm. I mean, as annoying as it can be to have the ultra high stress risk and reward, it is fun. It is
I
a
mean,
very fun game.
They are fun games. I just was never a fan of Tarkov because it just felt like slogging through mud. Like the game moved very slowly for me, but then again, I play hero shooters and they're all pretty fast paced.
Mm-hmm. Which makes sense.
Yeah, just not my steez. for how slow it is, but
it's a game type that you need to invest the time in to learn. You got to learn everything, which does suck. It is annoying. Like, I have a ton of time into it, and I couldn't tell you all the maps. I don't know all the maps very well. But it is a very rewarding game style.
oh yeah, when you can actually figure it out and get down the basics and the base mechanics of it.
You know, but I don't think I don't think all studios can pull that kind of thing off.
Yeah, no.
That's
I
not something
100%
you
agree.
can just.
Yeah, it's not like it's. Oh, fuck. It's not like something is easy to do, because I feel like people just see these games and they're just like, oh, this is the end thing. This is what's gonna get us, clicks and plays. But it's like the reason why Fortnite is still around, or the reason why, Hunt has somewhat of a player base.
Well, I mean, even with the meme that Tarkov's never coming out, even though that has been announced that it is going to 1.0 this year.
I'm going to believe it when I see it.
I don't think there's a reason not to believe it. There has been nothing but forward progress with it.
Yeah.
And once again, yeah, they have done a bunch of they have done things that not everybody's liked, but they do take community feedback. It's not like
fine.
It's not like they're silent in the water, like a lot of other, pre-release games. Like there is talk around them. The devs talk. I mean, hell, the main creator has dev streams quite often, talking about the state of the game.
And I would hope that, even because like Tarkov's like a small group of 1, 2, maybe 5 or 10 devs.
I think it's expanded quite a bit, but
but at inception it was just 2 dudes in a fucking garage.
Which, yeah, I mean, how we've seen lately, a lot of good studios are
like indie games
are starting out that way.
That shit. Like, I still think indie games will continue to dominate the scene right now and change what the.
Well, yeah, unless AAA decides to shift their focus kind of back to being more grounded, it's just not going to happen. But unfortunately, when shareholders are kind of running how you making your decisions, you're kind of just stuck with that.
Yeah.
So
I haven't.
Which sucks, but
yeah,
At
least Tarkov has the freedom to do what they want to with their game. And they're not being, hounded by people, fucking business heads who don't understand what the fuck they're doing with that game at all.
Yeah, because that's not the type of game that could exist in a
corporate landscape.
In a corporate landscape. Thank you. That's exactly how I wanted to put that. Which, I mean,
there's a lot of games that started out community driven and without big backings from corporations, but we've seen it with League. The second that they get, the second that Tencent started picking them up and started running their servers and everything, you saw a drastic change in gameplay, how the game just looked. Because fucking League used to be a goofy looking game. It was very colorful. Some of the maps were super bright and vibrant, and then Threes was very purples and blue hues, gritty. Dark and gritty. Dominion was kind of like an industrial kind of smog within the air. But Tencent came on, and they're just Dominion doesn't really see a lot of playtime, so get rid of that. And then it just kind of kept it kept getting bullied by this corporation. It's like, well, we give you
Yeah.
the money to do what you want to do. And then I think that's where you see a lot of fan servicey skins come from too, is when those big corporations, because I mean, titties sell, obviously. Come on.
But isn't that a necessary evil, though?
So,
Just playing devil's advocate.
oh yeah.
Oh, hey,
100%.
Jerry, welcome to the conversation.
Oh, hey.
And like, I'm not saying that those like the swimsuit skins are inherently bad or anything like that, because I mean, I use swimsuit Jarvan. Fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Fan service
I mean-
isn't bad as long as it's not consuming the game.
I mean,
Well,
i.e., let's look at Azur Lane there, because that game used to be a lot more just be a lot more all over the place until that's all it became.
And I'm not necessarily talking about like fan service. I came in a little late to the conversation,
No,
but like standardization and corporatization, we see that outside of video games. Like, you know, maybe this is a bad example because they already have a ton of money, but in the interest of making more money, you know, you have to go get loans and influences and shareholders and stuff in order to, you know, keep making money. And then when that happens, you don't have like, you know, let's say, and this is not the case, but let's say that McDonald's started out as like a family fun, like a family owned business. And then like, oh, it was all happy and smiles. And, you know, they had like the golden arches and like the goofy play places and all that. So when you have something like that, right? And then they get different shareholders, they want to make more money and everything. You have people that are like, okay, we'll come in and give you money, but certain things need to change. Like, you know,
more French
these
fry trees.
Yeah, like these play places, they're cool and everything. They you know, kind of like people in, but they're disgusting. They like make people sick. They're pink eye pits. Like, we need to get rid of them. And you know, they're like, okay, that's a good change. Like, you know, it kind of sucks, but let's change it. And they're like, okay, these goofy looking buildings, no, we're gonna do, you know, it takes more material, you know, whatever. And if we standardize them, make them all, you know, they're all like gray, white, standard things now. They're not like the red and yellow popping anymore.
Yeah, they're very.
The idea is like,
gray.
hey, we are McDonald's. We don't need to get people's attention anymore. Like, we've got it. We have our audience locked in. So it's just like this thing of like, you give away some of your power in order to make money, and then the more you give away, the more other people have influence. And where like a small company, like when League was coming up, they were able to have creative freedom and do what they wanted to do. But now it's like, okay, we have sponsors, we have these people. And not only that, it wasn't just like, it's not a small company anymore. They have, you know, thousands of employees that are like
dependent on them, you know.
Yeah, they can't just say, you know what, you know, screw you, mega corporation that, you know, keeps our lights on. We're gonna do what we want to do, because then like, okay, we're gonna pull out our money, and then you're gonna have to lay off like more than half your staff, and then keep your servers running, and you're gonna, you know, drown now. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's not a bad thing that these happen, but for some people, they let all that money and they will. I'm not saying that Bungie has done this, but they will blame bad decisions on corporations, even though it was their decision to make.
Well, and then there's always the classic, the players are wrong.
The players are wrong mentality. My favorite mentality.
200 years of
Game dev experience.
I mean, I really feel like that's probably gonna come out a bit with Marathon.
Oh yeah, to me, Marathon doesn't look like a bad game. It looks fairly interesting, and it's fast paced, but it's an extraction shooter, which I like that. But like, I like Hunt. Hunt is very slow, but Hunt picks up really fast.
You know, I know you guys are talking about a different situation, but that made me think, like, we have a lot of talks about like how a game will like skyrocket and take off and then like immediately die out of nowhere. Now that's obviously part of like, you know, a new game comes out and everybody's attention goes to that. But I think this, you know, this, again, the corporatization part of it, where it's like, oh, at the beginning you had creative freedom, and then not even so much that you have like big wigs breathing down your neck, but now you have a ton of people in the community. It's very popular. Now you need to like bend the knee to so many people that it just like the soul of it kind of gets crushed, and then it just plummets. So I feel like what you guys are talking about, what is it called?
It's called
Marathon.
Marathon, right? So I feel like the games that kind of have longevity and that can keep fighting, so to speak, in this ecosystem are the ones that have their own vision and like a little bit of like fan service, for lack of a better term. Like, okay, we'll do this little thing for the fans, but
Easter
it's not
eggs
like
and shit like that Bungie was known for.
But it's not like, okay, some of our fans don't like the fact that we don't have this demographic. We're gonna just pigeonhole that demographic in there. We're gonna force it in there, and that alienates other fans. And it's just like, not trying to get
Yay! No, I get it.
It's just grand statement,
I know exactly what you mean, and I agree with that completely.
I mean, at the end of the day, any decision that a company makes is purely to monetize themselves and reach out to the broadest audience that they can. And it's like, some decisions that they're gonna make is either gonna fucking destroy the game like completely off rip, and it's like it's gonna get review bombed, it's gonna be super negative and all this other shit, or like it's gonna be really good and have really strong bones, but it's not really standing out on anything in particular, and then that'll also fucking kill it. But if it can exist and also have that draw or that hitch, then it'll do well. But like, I know what you mean by like fan service and stuff like that, but I would say more or less like there are certain people that you have to please right now on the internet, or else like, because their massive influence will either make or break your game, which is dog shit in all honesty. But
well, and that's another shitty thing too, is that like, even if you do like make decisions with kind of these people in mind, it just ends up like either like, oh, it's not good enough, even though you tried to appeal to us, it's still not good enough, you needed to go further. And so not only did your appeal to a certain portion of the audience not work, you've alienated the rest of your audience. And on top of that, you could even do exactly what they want and they're still not happy about it. Like, this made me think of like kind of related but kind of not, like when Tyler 1, we love Tyler 1, just to be clear.
Tyler 1.
When he was like at his peak, like toxic part, saying objectively terrible things, and like the community is like, we're not doing anything about this guy. Why aren't we? This guy needs to get out of here. We hate this guy. He says all this, and this, and he's like not doing anything about it. And then like Riot finally put their foot down and like, fine, he is permabanned, IP banned. If we see him streaming on, Twitch, then we'll take that account. Like, fine. And they did what the community wanted. And then, Tyler, because he's charismatic and he actually has changed to some extent, was like, now the community like turns on Riot. Like, well, why did you ban this guy? And it's like, we did,
Do we forget that he was a toxic asshole for a little bit?
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there was outcry for months and months, and like, do something about this, change this, we're begging you to do something, and then they finally do, and then it's not their fault that Tyler is like so charismatic and able to like change people's minds and be like, now they're like, all of a sudden they're advocating for the person that they were trying to crucify, and it's like, that's one of the times where I genuinely looked at Riot and I'm like, I feel for you. Like, that's gotta be painful. That's gotta be painful. Because it's not their fault. What are you going to do in that situation?
Yeah.
And, like, I feel like that happens a lot in gaming also. People, like, for example, what's the game with Keanu Reeves?
Cyberpunk.
Yeah. And they're like, release the game. And they're like, it's not ready. They're like, we don't care. We'll play it anyway. And then they're like, fine.
Why is the game
Here's the game.
bad?
And
Why
they're
is the
"This
game
game
broken?"
sucks. Why did you release it in this state? It's like, brother.
Brother.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
that also was community, yes, but there also was a lot of like, well, we have this deadline, it needs to come out.
Yeah, they were like
Investor-
pushing back the line so many times, and then they hit it. It's like, fuck. But I mean,
That is true.
again,
But I mean, the same thing happened with Witcher 3.
yeah, Witcher 3 was. I think that's what
And-
everybody forgot off releases. Witcher
And
3 was.
Try to ask anybody if Witcher 3 is a bad game now.
Witcher 3 was atrocious on release. Like, you couldn't even play the fucking game. At least with Cyberpunk, PC players could play.
Well, and
let's
they
be
also
honest.
tried to shoehorn that into last gen when we all knew that really shouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm. It could have just stayed on, like, what was coming out at the time? PS5,
It was,
Xbox...
Yeah, it was.
Xbox
it was,
Toaster Beth. Yeah. I mean... God.
Here, you're building. You need some.
Can you give me
I have
some
a
wood?
ton of- Oh.
Yeah, even that wood. Yeah.
But yeah, it's.
I don't know.
I don't think Bungie is gonna be the company to pull this off here.
No,
I personally, I don't like the look of the game. I don't like the idea of it basically being a hero shooter, but an extraction.
Yeah, everything just feels like I used the word plastic before, but it felt like everything looked like it was plastic or made of plastic.
I don't like the look of the characters. I really don't like the look of the world.
Yeah, I think the world was just untextured. Unless they go with that like untextured look, like you're in a computer kind of thing. Like, I think that's a really dumb look to begin with. But
Oh. I'm looking at like screen caps from the game. This looks
rough right now. I mean,
looks
it
rough,
is.
yeah.
That is
it looks like
alpha.
it's trying to be Apex.
Yeah, it really does. Like, cause the fucking
Like,
robot
that's the
chick.
whole vibe I got from it was like this just wants to be Apex.
Yeah, the robot chick looked a lot like what's her name? Mirage? No,
Wraith?
Blade, Wraith.
Wraith, yeah.
No, not Wraith. Well, yes, there was one that looked like Wraith. I was talking about the spider chick who was also a pilot in Titanfall 2. I can't remember her name. But
I don't know. It doesn't look it to me.
yeah, it doesn't look. It looks very uninspired, like a pseudo futuristic kind of shooter thing.
It really looks like it's the Me Too award. I'm gonna have mine.
It's my turn to make the extraction shooter. Play ours.
I mean, it probably would have been a lot different if Bungie like actually tried to stick with their cooperative instead of making an all PvP game and then telling people if you like co-op, this isn't for you. Like, I don't know. There's just so many weird. It's such a weird vibe about
That's
it
such a
all.
weird statement. If you don't like co-op, you won't last 5 minutes playing this game.
Well, if you want the PvE experience, don't play it. That was in one of the videos I was watching. That is a headline they put out.
That is fucking wild. It is an extraction shooter. Okay, so like extraction shooters work off like 75% NPC interactions and then like 25% player interactions. Like,
Well,
that's just how they are.
And I guess the report was there's no proximity chat. Dude, that makes Tarkov sometimes.
Oh,
You get
yeah.
some of the greatest experience with proxy chat.
Oh yeah, all the clips I see of Tarkov are usually somebody fucking a boot with mics and open comms.
Bro, playing diplomacy with player scavs. That's awesome. It's hilarious.
Or
Like,
that
you could-
dude who just ran around the map drinking mayonnaise for like fucking 5 hours straight.
It's just there's too many red flags about it
Yeah.
for me to be like, because I'm not paying $40 for it. then paying for battle passes every other month.
I mean, I'll fall on the sword. I'll at least play it, because if I'm gonna hate something, I'm gonna at least know why I hate it. Put my money where my mouth is.
Yeah, but I mean, I can already tell that's something I don't need to spend the $40 on. Plus,
Yeah.
it's just.
So is it that Marathon looks bad, or like we don't have high hopes for it? Could that also be because there's a lot of extraction shooters already, and like we're like, what is that, like, comparison is the thief of joy or something like that?
I mean, I feel like the four main big extraction shooters right now is Tarkov, Hunt, Marauders, and Dark and Darker.
Helldivers too is an extraction shooter, correct?
No, it's a
No, that's different.
it is extraction, but it's
I
more
suppose in the way you could say that, but not in the same vein that these are.
it's more like
This is trying mostly to be like Tarkov, and
Yeah.
that loop is, yes, there are quests. You do quests, but what you're going to do in Tarkov is you're going to get in there. You're going to get as much expensive loot as you can. Maybe pick up a couple quests along the way, drop a player or two, and then get out, sell that loot, and then do it again.
pray to God that you don't get jumped.
That's kind of just how it's.
That's just how the
That's fine.
gameplay loop is. And Helldivers is more like mission-based things, as opposed to like just dropping in, maybe grabbing a pistol, 2 mags, and then
You have a clear-cut goal and like in mind.
yeah.
Oh, so it's more like open world-esque kind of thing?
It's
Or-
kind of
Yeah,
open world.
You load into a map, and there are loot spots to hit, there are quest spots to hit, but like you're going in there and you're either going to loot and run, or you want to fight somebody.
Yeah. That's how we generally played. Tarkov was
Well,
going in
that's
looking for a
generally how
fight.
you play it.
And then like the thing is that specifically if you die you lose everything.
Yeah,
Yes.
everything that you had on you.
And that's
Oh, okay.
that's the draw of that is it's a high energy. It is extremely feast or famine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're either living on a high, or you're living on a high, you are incredibly tense and anxious, or you are feeling the utter heartbreak.
Of getting dropped because some scab just decided to fucking run up behind you and muzzle
that's-
snuff you.
And that's different from Helldivers too, because although you have to complete the mission in order to get it, you have multiple chances, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Very
There's
different.
no
I get it.
real. You're not really losing anything if you fail.
Yeah. You just upsetting
getting something
Super
right.
America. Or Super Earth.
Okay, so the difference is you lose rather than just not getting.
Yeah, yeah. In Tarkov, if you die, that's it. Like, even if you brought in, like, say you brought in a nice rifle, because you're just going to, like, ping some fucking heads. If you die, you lose that rifle forever. Like, unless you got insurance.
And somebody doesn't take it.
Yeah. Can you go back and recover stuff that you lost in a map?
You not really know.
Yeah,
I think there might have been ways you could cheese into that, but I don't think that happens very often with scav runs.
Yeah.
If it does at all, still. Because I know I've heard people talk about it.
Nah, I wouldn't know enough about Tarkov. I more play Dark and Darker and Hunt.
Dark and Darker looks cool.
Dark and Darker is a great game.
Well, and that's even to say, like Hunt, like we were talking about before we started recording. Hunt kind of fits into that narrative, but it also just doesn't.
Hunt's more like
Hunt's its kind of own beast that does, I
It's-
guess, share the idea with it, but
it's about as far as an extraction shooter as a bounty hunter can get. More of a bounty hunting game. I mean, that's what it is, but you're not really going in there looking for resources like bandages and shit like that. You're going in there looking for bodies. So
Oh, Dark and Darker is free.
Dark and Darker is free. You can only make one character if you do not have the upgraded account, though. Which, I mean, don't really matter. Fun game, though.
And the DLC, is that included with the DLC? Just $30 then?
Yeah, the 30. See, I like Dark and Darker. The way that they set their thing up is because you can pay the $20 for the game and get the legendary upgrade, or you could just rock with one character and that's it.
Oh, that's cool.
It's not forcing you to buy the game, which is really nice.
I think it seems like it's, I don't know. There's not good air around the game, around
No, not with
the devs.
Bungie's fucking
You know,
antics in the
I'm more than
past.
willing to be wrong, but I have no faith that Bungie will will be honest. You know, I fully expect them to pull some kind of shenanigans, make it all about monetization.
Mm-hmm.
Which does kind of point into, like, this is why we're seeing such a surge of indie devs. People are just sick of that shit.
Okay. And indie devs are 100% always going to be community based. You'd be a really shitty indie developer if you weren't, directly taking notes from the people who love your game the most. Because let's be honest, like, indie games get really big because there's that one guy on YouTube who all he does is look up indie games and play indie games. So he's going to be your bread and butter, and you hope that Northern Lion picks up your game. You hope Northern Lion picks up your game is basically what I'm saying.
I have no idea who that is.
Big indie guy. But
I do think it all boils down to is I think players are just sick of being treated like ATMs.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, free games are doing phenomenally well. Phone games are doing good. Look at Zenless.
I mean, unless your community enjoys getting used like a fleshlight, like the Nintendo community apparently does.
Fucking Nintendo community. Guys, no, it's okay. The Switch 2 is gonna have fucking Mario open world game on it. I'm just like, oh, yeah. Cool.
I don't know any other company, even how scummy the company is, that has the audacity.
That is the like fucking Nintendo. Goal. You'll buy it.
Like the new Switch and like the new prices and like their like what is it, like legacy games?
Oh yeah.
It's like all of that is the worst deal I've seen in my entire life, and they're presenting it like you're welcome.
You're welcome. This is for you.
like on that, I understand. Like, yes, the precedent of $80 games is horrible. 80 plus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the hatred for the price of the console is really justified. That is on par with every other handheld like it. The Steam Deck, like the Asus ROG, and I can't remember the names of a couple of the others that I've looked at before I bought my deck. That's just the price of them.
I mean, yeah. I'm not really as much as talking about the price of the Switch because fucking economy's gonna economy, but I'm more or less the fucking trying to set the precedent of an $80 to $90 game.
Like we're all looking at GTA 6 now, going,
what are you gonna do, Rockstar?
You're gonna be $100, aren't you?
Yep. Oh, everybody's been waiting for it.
So
I don't even want to talk about Elder Scrolls 6.
No fucking. It's never coming
But
out,
old
brother.
God, I cannot wait to launch up Elder Scrolls 6 and just see Skyrim starting.
Man, I can't wait to start up Elder Scrolls
It's
6 and
going
just
to
have
happen.
Todd Howard go seeing his asshole on screen.
Basically.
Thanks for buying my game, fucker! You just get a wink from a fucking chocolate starfish.
I don't have just any hope for modern gaming at all, really.
No, I don't either. I'm with you there, bud.
I don't see anything good coming of it.
You know what the problem? One of the problems is, not the problem, but like the communities and like gaming and everything blew up over
The Rona.
what is it? Baldur's Gate 3. Now, was it a beautiful looking game? Yeah. But the thing that I think it's not fair that people like seem to gloss over is that it's a great game. Like, yes, it's beautiful. Yes, it is like, you know, definitely visually better than a lot of the games we get, and they put a lot of time into it, but it's a good game. You don't know what else is like a good fun game and it looks like it was made in like MS Paint in like a week? Schedule 1.
Oh yeah, Schedule 1.
People love Schedule. You want to know why? Because it's fun. It's simple, it's fun, and it's
fucking
like
fantastic.
Game, it's
I think
it's
I have
meant to be fun.
I think I have 40 fucking hours in that game already. It's just fun. It's a great game.
But that comes back to players just want to be respected. That's it.
Yeah.
Because what you see is what you get with Schedule 1. It's like you're a drug dealer and that's it. Everything it
drugs.
promises, it delivers on, and it's like perfect. So you don't have. So it now like Elder Scrolls 6, for example, is promising like maybe not explicitly but implicitly to be better than Skyrim, which it's not gonna be. Like, let's just. I'd like to be pleasantly surprised, but
It's not going to be. No, I 100%
we
believe it.
probably peaked with
Skyrim.
Well, even Skyrim, like honestly, like Skyrim's kind of a mid game that was propped up by the modding community.
Oh yeah, Lee has such strong feelings about Skyrim. I'm like, I like
Now,
Skyrim
I love
at the end of the day.
I don't want anybody to think that I'm dunking on it. I love it. However, I can also be objective and going, man, if it wasn't for modding, that game probably wouldn't have been as good as it is.
Oh yeah.
Like,
it was. So objectively, game of the year in like 2011, 2012, like objectively.
Mhm.
But then after that, it's like, okay, we've played it. And this is coming from somebody who has played like probably double the amount of hours than the normal person. I play a shit ton of Skyrim, and it's like, even I'm like, okay, this is a little stale.
He's playing it right now as we speak. Now, they really need to change up something with
basic game.
with 6.
But that's also why it was so good, because it's like it knew what it was trying to be. It was like, yeah, you're gonna
Kill a dragon
and
and shout. You're gonna marry and divorce Lydia 5 times.
marrying Lydia.
Some people like Lydia for some reason.
Not marrying
Serana.
gay wolf husband.
I was gonna say, imagine not being able to romance Serana, the biggest L Skyrim ever made.
That's okay. That's why we have mods.
Yeah, or just better companions.
Just make it a DLC. I guarantee if they would have just made it like a $10 DLC, you could probably even do
Everybody
it for
would've bought
20.
that.
Genuinely, you could do it for 20, and people would have bought it. Just marry Serana. That is the beginning and end of.
I mean, we paid for fucking
you are
Hearth.
You are not wrong.
What was the fucking Hearthguard or Hearthhome, whatever the fuck it was?
That was a good DLC though.
All you do is build a house
Yeah, it was a good DLC.
and adopt children. I don't want fucking children. Little
You
shits.
could adopt children before.
Yeah,
Fuck
it
them
just
kids.
it allowed you to build your own homes.
Fuck them kids.
Whoa, now. Thank God we're not playing Minecraft.
You're right. See? We're safe now.
You guys are gonna forget that Anivia has egg. I'm sorry, you guys are
Egg.
podcasting. Probably shouldn't be talking about
Podcasting? I wish.
my league game.
I fucking wish. I mean, it really doesn't matter. We're playing... We have said like 5 words about RuneScape, and we're playing RuneScape.
Let's be honest, it's one of those where it's just a background.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, we don't have a studio. We don't have anything set up to do that.
I wish I had a studio.
To do anything else.
Fuck it, I'm going in on the complex. You guys want to help buy into it?
I'm not moving anywhere close to down there.
Got him.
We're buying a complex in the middle of bumfuck Wisconsin.
I already have that, Leon.
It doesn't matter. Bigger complex. More bumfuck.
Donks.
Stonks. I'm gonna invest in a few nice purple lamps. And we're gonna grow an herbal remedy. And maybe, just maybe, we can grow some crystal meth.
Methamphetamine.
Some methamphetamine. And...
Or make an energy drink, same thing.
Hey, yep, you know what? Same shit. Although I have never felt like if I stop drinking Gamer Subs, like I need to go grab a Gamer Subs and drink it right away.
Do you feel that way with other energies?
Yes. Like Monster,
Really?
when I was drinking Monster every day, yeah, I felt like I would need to go and grab
that
one.
much of a dependency on caffeine and other shit.
Or like some people have to have, I gotta have my morning coffee, don't talk to me until my coffee.
Well, some of that's a meme, but like, yes, that is an energy booster, and B, a caffeine.
Super addictive.
Caffeine source.
Caffeine is addictive. Caffeine is the most addictive drug next to sugar. People talk about...
Heroin enters the lobby.
Heroin enters... There's more people who drink caffeine daily than shoot up heroin.
Right, but there's just quantity of people doesn't mean it's more addictive.
Listen, I've seen heroin addicts kick heroin. I haven't seen coffee addicts kick coffee. They just start drinking decaf.
No one's trying, though.
They're like, oh, you need to stop drinking coffee. Like, okay, well, this is decaf. It's different. It's still coffee, bye.
Well, I mean, that is...
Normalize being addicted to heroin.
Normalize being addicted
Don't
to
talk to me
fucking
till I've had
hardcore.
my...
Don't talk to me till I've had my heroin.
What a wild statement. That is so wild.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
Drooling from the fucking side of the mouth. Fucking hunchstorm.
You're like getting the belt around your arm, like, dude, don't even talk to me.
Don't even talk to me right now. Not until this is in my system. You fucking...
Mommy, Daddy, I'm hungry. I know you had to play with the special serum.
Special serum is wild.
Special serum.
Special serum. You should be having kids if you're addicted to smack.
What a brave thing to say.
I know, only brave statements over here, bud.
What a hot take, Lee.
I know, I'm so controversial. Let me grab this fucking potato.
Oh man, there's a little bit of a desync here.
There is. I've been noticing it. Sometimes I'll cut. Or maybe it's because my system just sucks. No, it can't be. But yeah, you're noticing those like tears, and we'll just sit there for like a good second.
Yeah, or I can't. I'm like hitting things and they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, early access. Just go work the kinks out.
Oh yeah.
It's all for what it is. It's a great game right now. It's fun. It's bright. It's colorful. It's RuneScape. I just wish they had the RuneScape music. Like, I'm not even talking like upgraded RuneScape music. I'm talking like OG. Just one way you can get the OG music to start coming back through.
That was magical.
There's just something about the OG RuneScape. Nope. Alexa, stop. That's timer.